Based on all these struggles that most of us go through with learning disabilities, this can have a huge impact on a lot of us, be it if we have autism, ADHD, dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalcular, or a hearing deficit. This can always affect us in life majorly. Now, this can be treated two different ways, how it impacts people with disabilities. It can be academically or socially. Now, socially, some people, when they see something they don't understand, they get mixed emotions. Sometimes they rush to what they want to say instead of what they want to think first, right off the bat. So sometimes people might get judged because of this, because of how they talk, how they act, how they react towards other people. And sometimes it can be a little bit more sensitive and something can spark in their emotions. Now, academically, this can be changed many different ways. For instance, if you have a hearing deficit disorder, the best case scenario is to usually sit in the front of class. You have a better hearing range to hear what the teacher has to say or teach. Now, for ADHD, for instance, or autism, they'll put you through specific extensive help, be that speech therapy, ESE, or special education, which in that case pretty much just helps you better yourself in a way that you can catch up with any other person who doesn't even have a learning disability. Now, on to famous people. We've got a lot of people that have made some great triumphs over the past decade or two. Elon Musk and Steve Jobs. Elon Musk, be it as his may, he has a stutter where he continuously goes through speeches and he has the occasional stutter here and there, and he can't interpret certain words at first. But he didn't let that stop him. He went on to make Tesla Corporation and make so many great things with that, and still going up from there on out. And then we have Steve Jobs, who was born with dyslexia. Now, also that didn't stop him either. He was able to go through so much throughout his childhood, throughout his whole entire life, throughout school, and he was still able to make the iPhone. He was still able to go through and keep up with what he was doing. Now, based on what they did, what did they do to get help? Did they go through therapy? Did they go through tutoring? Did they have someone help them along the way? Did they have support? Did they not have support? Was it all just natural to them? Be that as it may, they used what they had, not as a crutch, but as a way to strengthen their own ideals. Now, onto pretty much medications, for instance. Be that as it may, you can't cure a learning disability. You can treat it. Now, you can outgrow some of these disabilities, but you usually keep some of it, some fragments of it, pretty much. Now, a simple case would be like prescribed versus herbal medications. Now, herbal is natural, but it's not approved by the FDA, so there's some risks with that as well. Then you have your prescribed, which is approved by the FDA, but it's not natural, which it can still have drastic effects. Now, you can test as many of these medications on different test subjects or different people and see what it does to them. But there's no one medication out there that works for everyone. Now, the biggest downside with a lot of this is there's a lot of treatments for this kind of stuff too. So typically most people, whatever they're going through, whatever they're struggling with, sometimes they just need someone to talk to. So that's kind of where therapy comes into play, be that physical or non-physical therapy, or tutoring, which would help academically, which is the biggest benefit for most people. It gives them a bigger reason to want to strive to where they want to go. And tutoring is the best way to help someone because they're able to seek help when they feel like they're struggling. And as pricey as it could be for some people, you don't always have to go through tutoring. You can always have someone teach you from there on out.